Well, howdy partners, it's your old buddy the Reddit Rider, and welcome back to the Reddit Ranch. Why don't y'all come in and sit a spell, 'cause I got some mighty fine tales to tell. Like our first story of the day. It was posted by a buckaroo who has a wife that has a Tinder Gold account, but she claims she is just on it to make friends. Well now, if you believe that partner, then I guess you'll believe any old tall tale.
AITA for being hurt that my wife is on Tinder to find friends? A few days ago, I woke up to an email with a receipt for Tinder Gold under my wife's Apple ID. I asked my wife if I could see her phone just to confirm it was actually on there, and when I saw it was, I asked why. Her best friend recently got out of a relationship, and she said she'd signed up to help her make an account. Once she started talking to people, she wound up in good conversations. She said she thought it could be a good way to make friends. I told her I was really uncomfortable with her being on there since it was primarily a dating and hookup app. She said that she told people she was married and just looking for friends. She offered for me to look at her conversations, so I peeked at a couple, and they were flirty, but still relatively tame. Her profile does say that she's married and only looking for friends. She is upset that I don't trust her, but a couple of years ago she went through a period where she was really close to cheating. She swears she's a different person now, and she'd never do anything to jeopardize our marriage. Ultimately, she said she refuses to apologize because she isn't doing anything wrong, and that I just need to deal with my insecurities about it and trust her. Am I the AH? Edit, this gathered a lot of comments while I was out this afternoon. Here are some additional details. We've been together 20 years and have a kid and a house, so leaving is a lot of emotional, logistical, and financial complications. Not saying I won't do it, I'm just saying it's not easy. Maybe my answer seems obvious, but I really wanted to believe her. I posted this because I don't know anyone who actually uses Tinder, so I wanted to see if I was correct with what I assumed about it. I'm not into giving ultimatums and I want to have a conversation about this instead of just saying delete Tinder, or I'm gone.
Well partner, I myself have never been on Tinder, so what I know of that app is purely by reputation alone. As far as I can tell, not only ain't it used to just make friends, but it's not really used even to make a long-term relationship. More like a one-night stand hookup. Not to mention, I believe Tinder by itself is free to use, so my question is, why'd she upgrade to Tinder Gold, which is a paid subscription? In fact, I think, according to my research, it is like the second most expensive subscription. I would definitely think long and hard about whether or not you believe her story. So, what's y'all's opinion partners? Do you think he's just being insecure, or do you think he's being a bit naive and thinking that his wife is on Tinder just to make friends? Please let me know in the comments. Our next one is about a little lady that has a friend that definitely cannot take as good as she gives.
AITA for humiliating my friend at my fundraiser because she outed me. I was at a fairly large fundraiser I organized tonight, and it got completely ruined by my ex-friend, let's call her Jenner. I'm quite open with my friends about my line of work, S-work, but I'm not with family and those I don't know well. During the event I was talking to a group and Jenner blurts out she can donate so much because she makes so much making adult movies. I was stunned. It became incredibly awkward. I pulled Jenner aside and asked her what the hell. She said it wasn't a big deal. I told her it's a big deal to me. It's not her information to share. She tried dismissing it and I got angry. I told her to leave. It became a heated argument. After some back and forth I told her that at least I work for my money and don't need a rich partner, that I don't love to get the lifestyle I want. That is true. She told me in the past she's only with her boyfriend because he's rich. She still refused to leave and continued to cause a scene. Eventually I called security and had her kicked out. After the event I checked my phone. The argument we had got recorded, but only from partway through, so the bit about my work is missing. But there is the part with what I said about her partner and her being kicked out. It had been shared within our circle a lot. Jenna had blown up my phone. She is furious. Apparently, her boyfriend saw it and broke up with her. She told me I humiliated her and ruined her relationship. AITA.
No ma'am, you ain't the varmint in this here tale. You're right, it wasn't her tale to tell. Besides, if your friend is only with a guy because he's rich, then I plumb reckon that it puts her in the same category as a different type of S-worker that I could name. What do y'all reckon, partners? Do y'all think the OP was in the right when she made that comment, or should she just ignored what her friend said? Please, let me know what you think in them there comments. Our next story is about a younging that really put a bully in her place.
AITA for using my hearing aid to make someone look stupid? I'm 18 and I have moderate hearing loss. I lost hearing over the years with many ear-related incidents. I wear hearing aids to hear people talk sometimes, but I mainly use them at school. When I start a school year, I tell the teacher that I wear hearing aids, and they normally put me next to their desk so I can hear them without the use of my hearing aids. In one of my classes, I have a girl, Lily. Lily likes to yell at people to get them to come to her instead of getting up to talk to them. No matter who tells her to stop, she won't. The teacher stopped trying to get her to stop a long time ago. In this class, we have to take notes. Lily missed notes day and the teacher told her to find someone with notes. No one near her wanted to give her the notes, so she chose me. I was on the opposite side of the room and she began yelling at me. She has done this all year and it was annoying. I didn't look at her. I just kept working on other schoolwork. I wasn't going to give her special treatment because she was lazy. She had no mobility issues. She just doesn't want to walk to other people. She kept getting louder and more frustrated that I wasn't going to her. She yelled at me for 10 minutes before she stood up and walked over to me. She was very mad at me and kept saying that it was stupid that I didn't go to her and that she shouldn't have to stand up. She very loudly asked, "What are you? Deaf?" The entire class was watching us. I have no idea where the teacher was. I slowly turned to her before taking out the case that has my hearing aids in it and made a show of putting them in. I then very loudly asked her, "What?" She got very red in the face and then turned around and walked back to her seat. No one in that class knew I wore hearing aids because my hair covers them. My sister said it was mean of me to do that to her because she didn't know, and I wasn't wearing my hearing aids and I could hear her because she was very loud. So, AITA?
Oh Lord Almighty, ma'am, ain't no way you're the varmint in this story. In fact, you're this good old boy's hero. As for what your sister said, she couldn't be more wrong. You were not being mean. Lily was. And not just to you, but it sounds like to everyone. Then Lily has the gall to give you crap for making the poor little darling get up and come to you. All I can say to her is, "Aw, Buttercup." As for your response, it was perfect. So partners, do y'all think that was a perfect reaction to a bully, or do you think she was being a little mean? Please let me know in the comments. Our last story is about a filly that thinks she may have lost her fiancé to some woman on the internet.
My fiancé has fallen in love with a stranger from the internet. What should I do? For context, I am a 24-year-old woman, and my fiancé is also 24. When I write this post, my hands are shaking, and I want to vomit. He's about to get out of bed, and I've been sitting for 2 hours, shaking. Me and my fiancé met in college. From the very beginning it was just a perfect relationship. We moved in together, we lived together. A year later, I proposed to him. Currently, we still live together. I work and study, he also studies. It seemed to me that, despite the usual stumbles or bickering that happens in every relationship, we were really happy and fulfilled together. I felt taken care of and loved. I love my partner the strongest in the whole world. For 6 months now, however, things have started to change. My fiancé has become very protective over his phone. He takes it everywhere with him, to the kitchen, to take out the rubbish, even to the toilet. I thought it was just such a habit, because he often likes to watch videos on the internet, or read comics. I was wrong, however, and very wrong. The previous evening we had gone out to eat, and as usual, while waiting for our food, we were having fun and playing around. I swapped our phones for fun and started to flip it in the air and turn it on. I know the pin to my partner's phone, and he knows mine too. However, when I unlocked it, he got very nervous and quickly took his phone away. I didn't think too much of it, especially as he said he didn't like anyone touching his personal belongings. However, I couldn't sleep at night. Something was keeping me up, and on top of that I had a nightmare where my fiancé fell in love with another woman. I woke up at 6 a.m. still remembering this nightmare. I'm not proud of what I did afterwards, but now I can't stop shaking. I unlocked my partner's phone while he was asleep and went on an app where people exchange anonymous letters with each other, without showing their faces. My fiancé has been texting with a woman for over 6 months and the relationship seems to be romantic. He has never mentioned to her that he is engaged. They write all the time how much they would like to meet, how they look forward to their letters, and how much they feel they are connected. A week ago we returned from a holiday in Spain. He mentioned to her about this holiday, but not a word about the fact that he was going on it with his partner. She writes to him all the time how she misses his letters, how she can't wait for them, that it is the first thing she does when she wakes up. She checks to see if he has written. I am terrified and shaken. I want to vomit and cry. I have no idea what to do. Maybe it's just a friendly acquaintance, maybe I'm just under the illusion. Did my fiancé fall in love with a stranger from the internet? I know that what I did by taking my fiancé's phone is a huge breach of trust. I love him the most in the world and I don't want to lose him.
You said you don't know what to do, ma'am? Well, for one, don't marry him. In fact, I reckon you should throw him out. What he is doing is just another form of messing around. Right now, it's just emotional, but he definitely wants it to be physical. As for you saying you breached his trust by going on his phone, I'll tell you what, I always get a kick out of people that when they get busted for messing around because their partner went on their phone, then they dare to complain that they betrayed their trust by looking on their phone. Oh please. Looking at their phone is nothing compared to the betrayal of messing around. Oh, if I may so humbly suggest, you said you got access to his phone, well then, it might be high time you may want to introduce yourself to his online fling. Well partners, what do y'all think she should do? Dump him, or try to fix their relationship? Please, let me know in the comments. Well partners, I do plumb reckon that it's time for this good old boy to ride off into the sunset. But if y'all enjoyed y'all's time at the Reddit Ranch, then I'd thank y'all kindly to hit like and subscribe. It'll really make this old cowboy smile. Until the next time we meet, adios.